Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets of big business. And today we're diving into Tivic Health Systems, Inc.'s latest report. Get ready because we've got some interesting findings about their medical devices that might just make you feel a little zapped. So what is Tivic Health Systems all about? Well, they are a company focused on medical devices, and their latest Form 8K filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or CC, tells us about a significant development, the results of a study for their non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation device. This Form 8K is like a quick update, a current report that companies file when something important happens that investors need to know about right away. The big news here, reported on the 13th of November 2025, is that Tivic Health Systems has released the findings of a clinical optimization study for their special device. This device isn't surgery-based, it is non-invasive, meaning it works from the outside your body, specifically targeting the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is a pretty big deal. It connects your brain to many of your organs and plays a role in everything from heart rate to digestion to mood. So, a device that can stimulate it without surgery. That sounds pretty sci-fi and potentially very impactful. Now, what does clinical optimization study actually mean in simple terms? Think of it as a test to figure out the absolute best way to use their device. They're likely fine-tuning how it works, how long it should be used, and what settings are most effective for people. It's about making sure the device performs at its peak and delivers the best possible results for patients. And the fact that they are sharing these findings publicly means they are likely very pleased with what they discovered and are ready to move forward with their technology. Tivic Health Systems is traded on the Nasdaq stock market under the ticker symbol TIVC, and importantly, they are listed as an emerging growth company. This means they are a smaller company that is allowed to follow certain rules that are a bit less strict than those for larger, more established companies. For example, they can delay adopting new accounting standards. This is common for companies that are still growing and might not have the resources of a giant corporation. Their common stock is registered on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. This is where their shares are bought and sold by investors. The fact that they are publicly traded means there is a level of transparency and regulation that wouldn't exist if they were a private company. Investors can buy pieces of the company, and in turn, companies like Tivic Health Systems have obligations to keep their investors informed about what's going on, which is exactly what this report is for. In this specific filing, there aren't any detailed financial tables to dig into right now, like a balance sheet or income statement. Instead, this report is primarily focused on announcing the results of that clinical study. However, what is most crucial here is the implication of these positive results. This kind of news can significantly boost investor confidence. It suggests that their technology is working well, moving them closer to potentially wider adoption and commercial success. For an emerging company like Tivic Health Systems, Inc., that develops medical devices, clinical study results are paramount. They are the proof points that a device is not only safe, but also effective, which is huge for gaining regulatory approval and attracting customers. The actual press release detailing these study findings is attached as an exhibit to this report. Think of it as the company's official statement explaining the study's outcomes. This statement is critical because it will likely elaborate on the specific benefits observed and the potential applications of their vagus nerve stimulator. It is the company's way of communicating their progress to the public, investors, and the medical community. Now, as with any company report, especially one dealing with new technology and future potential, there is a section on forward-looking statements. This is a standard legal disclaimer. It means that the company is making statements about what they expect to happen in the future, things like anticipates, expects, and will. However, they're also telling you that these are just expectations and that real-world results could be quite different due to various risks and uncertainties. They are basically saying, we hope this happens, but anything could go wrong. This is important for investors to understand. Past performance and early study results are promising, but the future is never guaranteed. So, what is the story here? Tivic Health Systems, Inc., is making strides with a potentially groundbreaking medical device. The successful completion and positive findings of their clinical optimization study for their non-invasive vagus nerve stimulator are a very strong signal. It suggests they are on the right track to making this technology available to a wider audience. For a company in the medical device space, positive clinical results are the currency of progress. They are what open doors to further development, investment, and ultimately revenue. Now, looking at this report, the main takeaway isn't about financial numbers today, but about the scientific and clinical validation of their core product. This is a huge step for Tivic Health Systems. The story is one of advancement and potential. They are developing a device that could help many people by non-invasively stimulating a key nerve in the body. The risks, as they themselves admit, are significant. Bringing new medical technology to market is a long, expensive, and uncertain road. There are regulatory hurdles, competition, and the simple fact that not all promising studies translate into successful commercial products. However, for Tivic Health Systems, this report implies a significant de-risking event. They have evidence now, they have data. This makes their company more attractive to potential investors and partners. It shows they are not just talking about an idea, but are validating it through rigorous study. The emerging growth company status also means they are in a phase where they are building their future, and this clinical success is a foundational piece of that future. The opportunity for them is substantial if their device proves to be a widely applicable and effective treatment. In conclusion, Tivic Health Systems, Inc. is presenting promising clinical results for their vagus nerve stimulation device. While there are no detailed financials in this particular filing, the clinical data is the key driver here. It indicates a strong potential for their technology. The main strength is this validated efficacy of their core product. The primary weakness inherent in any emerging medtech company is the long and challenging path to full commercialization and market acceptance. The opportunity is in addressing potentially unmet medical needs with innovative technology. The risk is in the execution and the very nature of medical device development. Alright, that is our breakdown of Tivic Health Systems' latest report. What is your take on these clinical findings? And do you think this vagus nerve stimulator will be a game changer? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive was valuable, hitting that like button truly helps us out. And subscribe for more corporate insights explained simply. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked down in the description for even more discussions and analysis. Thanks for watching.